Butterfly gliders. They're made of polystyrene foam. Really thin foam. And so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But I want to show you how I make the colour. Notice how it's nice and even, both sides. Now, there's no way in the world you could better do that just by drawing it. There's no way. So what I've got is a template. I've got a template, the same shape as the glider. And I put the template on like that, and then I mark it with the texture colour. The holes, you see, there's holes in it, they go right through, and you do that with a drill, 1/8 inch drill or something like that, and then you have to sand it both sides, so it's all sanded there to get rid of all the fluffy cardboard on the holes. And once you put it on, and then you use the texture colour on the holes. You put a texture colour on the holes, and see, that's what you end up with. There's that, like that. You got the template, then you got your holes, your dots. Then you got all your dots gone through your holes, and then it's a matter of joining the dots just to get the framework or the vein work. And once you get in this stage, then you draw a pretty pattern on it, and you get the other wing identical, that one like that, and the other one's identical, by using the vein pattern, much like a grid drawing. When you're drawing on a grid, you mark on certain squares of the grid. And this thing though, you're marking certain veins on it, and you can get the pattern pretty well exactly the same both sides, as well as the veins being the same both sides, you see. Now that's about the hardest part of the butterfly, the hardest thing to do. Now, let me show you the back of it. That's just the basic vein, see, with a little bit of colour. The idea is that to get the other side showing through. You can just see there, it's showing through, and it looks great when it's flying. Now, just show you quickly how to make the glider, to make the butterfly glider. You get your foam, now use the lightest foam you can get that's still reasonable quality. This is sort of at the side of the cardboard box, in between the product and the cardboard box, not like the product is itself. And so it's soft foam, it's meant to be spongy, so it's soft. So I'm going to just slice it like sliced bread sort of thing, and you cut it 1/8 inch thick with the hacksaw blade, a little bit thicker than that, maybe a quarter, nearly a quarter sort of thing. And now when you're cutting into it, you make sure the blade's exactly vertical, exactly straight down, and go down like the thickness of the blade a bit more, and then come over to the next side and do the same thing again, making sure it's vertical, and do the same thing again 4 times, going back in about 1 inch, and then doing the same thing here in about 1 inch, right around. And if you're really careful, you can go a bit further, but make sure that it keeps going in vertical. And once you've got a nice guide on both sides, just very carefully slice it like a slice of bread, and just be careful and look a bit, look occasionally. Don't be too much of a hurry. There we got it, look how light that is. Do it again. That's very light, and it's a bit thicker 1/8 than 1/8. You see? Now, using the thickest file you can find, I've got a really thick file, and I've got another thing I've made that's finer. So use the thick one, and you've got to use it on a block of some sort, so use the other bit of polystyrene as a block. And just get it nice and flat, best, because the saw, when you saw it, it's surprisingly rough. It's not real flat, you know. There we go. And it's so soft, this foam, that I've nearly already done the job. That's so quick. Now, you notice on the glider, you've got the thick part at the front, and towards the rear it's thinner. Even thinner, see? So we need to do that. Just make it a bit thinner towards the... Which way will I go? Yeah, this way. Thin it to, this is going to be the tip of the wing, so thin it down a bit, and towards the rear of the wing, you thin it down a bit. It's already done. It's already thin enough. It's so quick with this really thick file. Be really careful, don't go too far. And now you get the fine one, and you go as long as you like. That could take a lot longer to sand down. It's still surprisingly quick, but you're not so worried about making it too thin really quickly, which can happen with the thick file, you know. And be really careful. Always have it too thick for a little until the last minute, and then thin it down to how you thin as you can get it. You want it really thin, but you don't want it in places. Maybe in patches it might go too thin suddenly, you know. You don't want that. There we go. Got it. It's done. Good enough for you too. You can always spend more time than this. Got a piece of foam that's thin. Now all you've got to do is put a thing on it and trace it. Make sure you got it the right way. That's all. You don't want it thick on the back. That in, it's sort of. Now comes the big task. It's pushing in every dot. Just push it. Nearly done them, got halfway there. And you do every dot, and you use the extra dots as part of the decoration. They're all done. Oops. There we go, look, got a whole heap of dots. And you look on this side of the wing, make it all nice and plain for you. Get rid of all that so you can't see anything else. There's still something there, really wide angle. You see that? It's got the little wings that are overlapping the big wings. And on this side, the big wings are overlapping the little wings. So you have to draw it like that. That's how a butterfly really is. So, if this is going to be the top of the butterfly, like this part of the butterfly, you're going to have the big wings overlapping the little wings. So the first thing you do is join those dots, and here they are. Now we know what we're doing, you see. Now it's easy to fill the little wings in. Just straight forward. Okay. And you draw a little thick vein bit there on the big wing. Now you got to find this, and you use this to copy it, or you got to have a butterfly to copy it. One looks like I didn't put it in. Yep, there's one I didn't put in. I'm right. I was right. I was right. I didn't put it in, and it's this one I didn't put in. There it is. It's there now. There he is. That's the one I want, because that makes it possible to draw that bit. Before it was not possible, because it wasn't there, no dot there. Now am I doing that right? Yep. So you got to be real careful. Now you got to look at this one here, it's very confusing. You got 3 dots there, you know they're right, but after that, and it goes to this dot here, like that. That's it, and you got the vein work. All that's good. Now to cut your wing out, it's so thin, and it's such a nice flexible foam, it's beautiful foam. I can cut this out with scissors, no problem, and then just file it around the edge when they're finished, because it's a bit rough with the scissors, admittedly, but you finish it off with your fine file, and it makes it really easy to do. There you go. A big wing. I mean a right wing. Yeah. Now, to draw your pattern on there, I guess this is the same as this. I should have done the other side, but I have to copy that exactly onto this. Now I should be able to, because I use it like a grid drawing. So that we'll start with that one. And it's a lot harder if you can go from left to right though, that's the trouble. That, and then one there, and one here. And one vein I haven't put in, I better put him in there. Now I can just copy it exactly, and I really take a lot of care. That's gone again. Well, it's not quite exactly, but it's close. And so we can do the back wing as well, like that, you see. Now when it's the opposite way around, it is a bit harder, because you could probably do it in the mirror, I don't know, but we'll do it, eh? Do the opposite one to this now. All the dots go in. Got it in view. Oh, I can't see a thing. Just for an exercise, we'll do it opposite now. Put all the dots in. I've been making these butterfly gliders for 10 years, 20 years or something. You can make them out of harder foam too, but they don't go as good. They're okay, but you've got to put a lot of weight on them. They don't float around as much. You need the light stuff to make it floaty. Now you just draw it in very quickly, because we've done that before. Okay. Now we have to do our grid drawing. I'm going to start with the little wings, because it's up the top for me. There, now I've got to do that. This bit here, but opposite. Now that's hard, it's really difficult, but I've practiced. Now you need to practice with this, with paper or something. You're not going to get it right the first time. And with these gliders, you got to get it right the first time. And if you make it a bit thin like that, like I just thinned down the other one a bit. So you got that. Now, you got to look at one, look at that one, then look at this one, look at that one, then look at this one, look at that one, and see the distance it is. You sort of mark it away from where it is if you're really scared, you know. It's a lot better to do that, because once you've done it, that's it. You can't rub it out. That's it. It's permanent. Right? See, it's a permanent marker. Look, it's high performance. Where does it say it? It doesn't say it on it, no. It says Xylene Free Art Line 70 High Performance, but it doesn't say permanent marker. I just wanted to be a smart ass and show you, but it doesn't say it on there. But it is. It's a permanent marker, alright. See, it's permanent. You can't rub that out, man, because that's polystyrene, you know. It's the only way you can do it, you know. Now, you colour it in with the texture colour. Put it in there so you can see it. Colour it in with the texture colour. Now, to make the fuselage, you make that out of harder foam, like the hard stuff, like the foam that's within the product itself, not the stuff that's around the outside of the product. And it's moulded, sort of thing, you know. And this is what I do, cut it like a wedge, the size of the fuselage I want. That's probably a bit smaller than it should be. And you cut it like a wedge like that from the top view, so it looks like that. It goes thin towards the arse end. It's thin towards the arse end so it can act like a bit of a rudder, you see. And all you do is fashion the fuselage out of it, that's all, and then stick it on, sort of thing, basically. And I made another little piece here on the thorax out of another piece of foam, and that's easy to make. You just make a cut with a hacksaw blade on any edge, on the edge, like that. You just cut into it, you see. Cut a little shape like that. That's half of it done. And turn it over. Here it's a bit wonky. And cut the other side, and there it is. Clean it up a bit, of course, with the file. Stick that on. Stick that on, but in the middle of the glider. I'll do another one in the bottom. You see? You stick it on with glue. You've got to have it so aerodynamic. Now, if for some reason it is, makes it a lot better. And it looks better too. You can feel it's good to touch. Just show you how a plain one goes. It's not coloured. It's just a plain butterfly glider. Straight one. Might better zoom it up a bit, can't I? Very slowly, eh? Gotta get him going.